Okay, so yeah, today we're going to talk about everything from here until Turian, I think. I guess it depends. We'll see. Okay, so we just left Rick's ship, and we need to go kill Kraid. One thing that I will mention is that you need to be very respectful of Kraid, because the moment that you decide to stop taking Kraid seriously is the moment he kills one of your runs. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we come down this elevator. This is actually one of the elevators where I would not recommend doing a buffered spin jump, just because the jump has to be so small to make it faster. It's actually pretty hard to do, especially with this strat in particular. So what I do here, run off the left and morph, and then as you pass this ledge, you want to unmorph, and then hold left to go back, okay? And then remorph on your way down. The reason we're doing this, oh, you can also do it that way, I guess. Remorph right there. The reason we're doing this is so we can lay a power bomb up on this square, which I believe is roughly optimal for opening the door. Yeah, you can lay it a little bit higher than that, but that's roughly the position. And then we just want to run through the door with maximum speed. That's the other thing, is you don't want to lay the power bomb too low, or what's going to happen is it's going to break these blocks, so you're not going to get optimal run speed going into the next room. So, yeah. Lay it up here, run through the door. It's best not to bonk the door, obviously. That might have been too high. There we go. Okay. In this room, you want to do one big jump. You will not take damage from these spikes when you have screw attack on. Keep that in mind. Okay. So you want to do one big jump and then two short jumps. And on your second short jump, you want to shoot. Now you need to be careful that you don't do one of your short jumps too high, or that sort of thing can happen. Or that sort of thing can happen. So, big, short, get through the door. Shoot as you're going through the door, and then do the best moonfall in the game. Right here. With screw attack. It's best not to screw it up like that. A moonfall is really awesome because it's way faster than going down the slow way. Alternatively, you can just go down like this. Who wants to do that, right? Oops. And then I do another moonfall here, drop down to the left. We want to be on the left side down there so that we can, again, get optimal run speed going into the next room. And we do want to try and fix this door transition. This room's kind of interesting. There are a few different ways you can do it. The fastest way that I've found is to do a couple of... How do I explain this? Couple of like medium-sized space jumps. You can also do like a lower one, or if you don't bonk the ceiling, you can do like a high one. Okay, but the thing is, we want to maintain our speed going into the next room with the bounce ball. And that's really the hard part about this, because in order to do the bounce ball, you can't come out of screw attack before you're cleared the screes, obviously. See. So yeah, I would just say, you know, find a variation of space jumps that works for you. That's roughly what I've been doing. Okay. And then you want to bounce through the next room. Also, one more thing. You want power bombs equipped here so that you can quickly switch to grapple. You could also use a missile, but I think grapple is probably best here. Just because it's easier to aim and will put you in a better position after you use it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah, run, jump through the door, open the door, keep speed, switch to grapple, bounce. You want to time your unmorph carefully here, because if you do it incorrectly, you can get grabbed or fall in the water. You can even do it, you know, earlier, I guess. But generally you want to do it semi-late. This CAC normally doesn't shoot Spinies. He's going to every time just because of this save state on a ROM that doesn't re-randomize RNG. But yeah, generally you don't need to worry about those. Anyway, so that's kind of what you want to do there. Let's just go. Shoot as you're going through this door. So you don't want to hold dash here. You're going to bonk the door. Jump all the way through the room. Shoot the next door open and switch to supers. This strat is pretty interesting. So if I can freaking do it. The idea is that you want to shoot all 3 blocks and then get through the room like that. Okay. Interestingly enough, if you time your supers just correctly, the game will actually eat the second one. Like, it will shoot, but the game will automatically despawn it because there's still technically a super on screen, like that. Okay? So you need to be a little bit slow with your second super here. Just want to show it one more time. Notice I have 20. Okay. There we go. So yeah, the game will only allow one super to be on screen at a time, but if you shoot it frame perfectly, it will allow you to shoot another one without actually using it. Well, it gets used. I think you get what I'm saying. I used 3 supers here, but only 2 of them came out. So be careful about that. This is one of the only rooms where that can happen. With a normal strat. So to do this, you just want to quickly tap on down while you're still holding forward. So it's not a literal crouch like that. Just quickly tap down and shoot, and then shoot the other 2 through. There isn't really anything else to explain. You also can shoot the middle. Come on. And do it that way. That's a little bit easier, but it's also slower. Oh, sure, now it happens. Oh my gosh! So yeah, and then do a door check into the next room. Also careful not to bonk in that room. You kind of need to do a short jump for it to be optimal. Because if you bonk, you're going to lose speed, obviously. So can't freaking do it. As a washed up 100% runner, I hate that elevator. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, there. Gosh. 2 shots here on the way down. Just need to make sure that you time them correctly. And then do a soft morph and roll off. And hold left, and you'll fall all the way down, okay? I used to do a power bomb here, like this. But turns out a normal bomb is actually faster, even if you do it this way. Just for lag reasons. A normal bomb is faster. Come on, man. You do that. Okay. In this room, you can reduce lag by freezing those 3 guys after you screw attack the first one. That's the optimal strat that I've found. It's not exactly easy just because of that hole. But notice that lag there. And that even happens a little bit with that sort of a thing. Though this was better. Might have to revisit this. If I remember correctly, the lag was quite a bit worse on the vanilla ROM. But this strat is easier, so... Alright, this room is the bane of my freaking existence. It's actually not that bad in RBO, but it's pretty annoying in PRKD. So we're just gonna go over it because this strat will work for both if you time it correctly. You want to missile these 3 guys. You can technically kill them with your beam as well, but there is some lag when you do that. There's like 1 frame of lag when you do that. Okay. So I usually just missile them. And then basically, when you reach these teeth in the ceiling right here, that's when you want to shoot 2 missiles. 1, 2. And then I immediately switch to power bombs. Oops. Not to use power bombs, but to shoot a regular beam. And then you just jump through, okay? That. And then since we have space jump in here, what you can do is you can do a space jump. You want to select supers basically, and then you want to shoot this eye door as early as possible so that it will disappear as early as possible, right? The thing is, if you do that, it's not going to work. I don't know if it's because of the hitbox not appearing yet, or if it's because of the speed that the super comes out at. But in order to actually get this eye door to die from the super, you need to do a turnaround. Oops. Like that. So I deselect with select right here, and then I select supers as I'm coming out of my second jump. Out of the space jump, I guess. And you just need to make sure that you're close enough right here that the eye will actually open. Okay. I already have a tutorial on the Kraid quick kill, but so you saw I laid a bomb here, unmorphed, and turned around. That puts Samus in an optimal position here to do the 2 missile and a super strat. It's pretty normal, just pretty straightforward, I guess. Just roll up against the door, lay a bomb, unmorph, turn around, morph. It'll put you in a good spot. And then yeah, to do the Kraid quick kill, you want to do 2 missiles, followed by 3 supers. Not only is that faster than the charge shot method, it's also easier, in my opinion, once you get it down. You just need to make sure that you have good cues for like when to shoot your missiles and stuff. I unmorph as Kraid's claw is coming up the second time, so I'll show that. One, 2, jump, shoot, 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 shoot. That's a Kraid quick kill. Like I said, I have another tutorial on it. I don't want to go into too much detail here, but yeah, it's really not that bad. It just, the Kraid quick kill is more knowledge than it is execution. Once you know what you're doing, you can practice it and get it 99% of the time. Again, as long as you respect Kraid, make sure that you respect Kraid, or he's gonna be a douche. Charged ice wave plasma causes lag, so it's not any faster, but I can show that. So this is the normal one. $20-30. Oops. Well, if anything, that's probably faster. 2048. So yeah. Just want to check one more thing. If you angle down, your first plasma shot looks like it's about the same. Kudos to 2Cat for that. That's his wave beam backup strat if you don't have enough missiles to do the 2 and the 3. You also can save some lag frames if you get iframes here, but then you might be in a bad position to do the shot, so it's kind of risky. I played around with the idea of like just sitting over here and then like loading them up, but it doesn't. It's not worth it. $2017. Let's try this again. Okay, yeah, so they're more or less the same if you do the angle down shot, but vanilla ROM is going to have more lag. Also keep that in mind. So okay, as Kraid is dying, you want to run over here. What I do is I turn left and just start doing a bunch of shots. What that will do is it will break Samus out of the screw attack pose, and if you do it correctly, it'll position her in a way where you can get a lot of speed coming out of the room too. Also, you get drops. So then you space jump through the next room and do either a mock ball or a bounce ball. Unmorph, kill Kraid. I do 3 evenly spaced missiles once I reach, I think it's this. Double check. No, it's a little earlier than that. Yeah. So it's the first set of teeth, just like on the way in. Just got to make sure that you don't do it too early, or that last one will miss. So maybe it's more like in the middle. Anyway, same idea as on the way in. 3 missiles, switch to power bombs, and shoot. I think you can actually hold... I think you can hold shoot on your 3rd missile. Yeah, and it will automatically shoot beam when you switch to power bombs, if that's easier for you. And then this next room is really annoying. Just in case you're unaware, this isn't really an issue for RBO, but you want to make sure that you jump through this door, or else the key hunter will charge you. When you open this, there is a key hunter that will like shoot down on you. So make sure you're jumping through this door. If you got an optimal entry, you can do a wall jump like this. There's a lot of lag in here. I think, yeah, so I decided that you can save a couple frames doing that, using grapple to break the blocks, block on your way out. Anyway, the downside to that is that you actually want power bombs selected coming into this room, so that can make that kind of awkward. But hey, if you can find optimal inputs, go for it. Lay a power bomb as soon as you enter the room. It doesn't really matter if you do a mock ball or not here, because you're going to get to the end of the morph ball tunnel before the block breaks anyway. This is another spot where I hold jump and do unmorph and then a buffered spin jump backwards. And then I do a wall jump off of the wall. As long as you time it correctly, you will kill that Zila. Okay. And then 2 shots, 2 angle up shots. They kill both of the other Zilas and open the door. All right. This might be my favorite strat. If you shoot a super right around here, okay, it will hit the block. And then you'll usually see people mock ball like this, which is pretty freaking sweet. Anyway, so for RBO, what we want to do is shoot our super and then switch to power bombs. And then if you time your shot late enough, I say late enough. Notice I say late enough and not far forward enough. You time your shot late enough, it will open the door. I can't freaking do my inputs correctly. And you can mock ball through. You do need to be far forward enough, but the more important thing is that your mock ball starts as quickly as possible after your shot comes out. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's that room. Unmorph, jump again, through this room, shoot, hold dash, and then we're gonna do another bounce ball here. You can do a damage boost here. Pretty sweet. It's also kind of hard. So you can also just do a normal unmorph jump through. It's almost as fast. It's like 10-15 frames difference. The main thing is you don't want to get grabbed by either of these guys, and preferably you don't want to do that because it's really slow. So if you need to, you can just, you know, space jump through and then open the door and run through. So yeah, if you can, you want to get as far over as possible so that you land on that upper lip like I did just a minute ago, but it's really freaking hard. I think you need to like do a forward boost from just the right spot. Anyway. Do a wall jump check through this door. It's a really awkward position, and I realize that. But yeah, the best thing to do is a wall jump check through it like that. If you're like having trouble with it like this, which happens to me, you can just, you know, do a little short hop onto it and try and do it from there. And then this infamous red tower that lost me a ton of time on my first sub-hour run. So, climb up the right wall. You probably want to freeze this ripper just because it will give you an opportunity to jump theoretically earlier than a space jump would. And then really it's just ledge grabs. I want to shoot up there, break those blocks. There's been some debate on whether going left or up here is faster. In all of my tests, up is usually 2 to 4 seconds faster. It's a little bit harder in some ways, but it is faster. And there are good swag strats either way, really. But I think this one has the Terminator strat, which also lets you do slope spark if you're awesome. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable. Anyway, so from here, make sure that you're not too close to this when you're trying to wall jump out, okay? Because of what we discussed earlier in one of the other segments about screw attack frames out of wall jumps. So you want to make sure that you're turned back towards the wall to break through these. And then the main thing is, again, make sure that you're not out of a wall jump coming into these rippers. Not too early out of a wall jump coming into the rippers. Shoot the top one, shoot the top block, and then go through. Do not do this, okay? Or bonk, panic, fall again. Because that's more or less what happened in my run, if I remember correctly. You can either space jump through this room, which is pretty fast. It would be faster if you ran through the door instead of jumping like I did. Or you can do damage boost off the spikes, which is just a little bit faster. What I do is I screw attack up into the spikes, I turn around, and then I push L, which initiates the damage boost. And then you can just shoot on that one, which will also open the door. You can farm these cacks if you need supers. Going up the left side is probably technically faster there by a couple frames, but it's less natural for me. Go through the left side of this door transition so that you can ledge grab on the lowest platform here. And then you want to shoot up. Shoot straight as you're going over this mound, the ground. Gosh dang it, man. And just to be safe, probably also want to do an angle up shot to kill that key hunter. If you don't have plasma here, which you always should in RBO, but you wouldn't in PRKD, for example, you can kill that key hunter with a missile if you have one. Speed booster through here. Don't arm pump the whole way, or you might fall off a slope. Like that. Okay. So I only arm pump on the flat ground, and then you want to shoot right here. Okay. That will open the door for you. Space jump through with screw tack. I looked and looked and looked for a strat that opens this door and allows a mock ball. And I'm pretty sure it's impossible. I haven't tasked it, but wouldn't that be freaking sick? Anyway, open the door. For this infamous room, what I do is I hold run and angle down the whole time. And then after the second mushroom, you tap jump. Don't hold it, okay? Just tap it. And then there's these two notches in the ceiling right here. I shoot in between these. Which beam you have will actually kind of vary when you should shoot, so notice that happened. Also, how much speed you have will vary when you should shoot, coming into the room. But with this setup, you should never bonk the ceiling at least, which is something that kept happening to me. So yeah, I would like run, and then I'd jump, and I'd hold jump, and then I'd angle, and I'd like bonk the ceiling. Anyway, that should never happen if you just hold angle and do a tap jump here. Another alternative that you can do is a late missile mock ball. It's really freaking hard. But if you time it correctly, the missile will open the door, and then you can mock ball through. And it's a little bit faster than this strat. I think Overfiend does it in GT Classic. And then, of course, this room. You just want to kill these pirates and collect their drops as much as you can. It's kind of an awkward room, but you just want to do kind of aim down jumps on your way down. And yeah. That's that segment.